Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of Intuitive Angling, and really appreciate you guys joining me for today's video and making some time out of your day. Guys, today we're going to be talking about how bass tournaments are just becoming more irrelevant day after day after day. And the reason I wanted to do a video on this is one of my subscribers sent me a comment today talking about that and putting it into context that I'd never really thought about before. So we're going to discuss that in today's video and really talk about the evolution of tournament fishing and how it's, like I said, it's just becoming more irrelevant all the time. So we're going to get into that in today's video, and I'd be really happy to hear your guys' opinion on it too. Also, guys, before we get started, just a couple quick things. Just want to invite everybody to please hit that subscribe button if you care to here on Intuitive Angling. We're really working hard to get to 150,000 subscribers. Free and easy to do so. And also, if you want to go to the next level and become a channel or a Patreon member of Intuitive Angling, just go to my homepage, hit the join button for information there, and much appreciated for that. Okay, anyway, I got this comment from one of my subscribers today. He was just saying basically how he goes, bass tournaments are just irrelevant because Bassmaster and MLF are basically nothing more now than marketing, agencies for their sponsors, and that in the age of social media has basically taken away all the power that tournament organizations have had in the past in order to promote products. So I want to get into that in today's video a little bit. Now, here is one of the reasons I really agree with this, and I've been wanting to do this video for a while, because guys, if you look at it, if you break it down and look at the payout in a tournament fishing on whatever level, I don't care if it's the NPFL, if it's the Elite Series, Bassmaster, Bass Pro Tour, they are basically just big jackpot tournaments. In an essence, it's like the sponsors anymore do not throw any supplemental money into the tournament purses that go above what is taken in for the entry fees. Now, here's how we've degraded in terms of the payouts. Back when FLW was really at the top of their game, back in the late 2000s, or excuse me, the late 1990s and early 2000s, when Walmart was associated with the organization, we were operating under 140% payout. So in other words, we were getting 40% more thrown into the payout purse than we were putting into it with tournament entry fees. And now in today's tournament world, most all tournaments, I don't care if you look at BFLs, Toyota Series, whatever, they don't even pay the entry fees out. We are not even fishing for our own money back. So we're giving these tournament organizations money that they are pocketing to put on the tournament, and we're not even, we're subsidizing our own payouts. So if that is not a terrible business decision, I don't know what it is. I mean, how many people will actually put up an investment into something and know right off the bat that they are not even going to get their investment back? It's one of those, it's just gambling is what it is. So the point what this talks about is how tournaments are becoming more irrelevant in terms of everything, as far as across the board, in terms of being able to move products for sponsors, in terms of gaining impressions for sponsors, in relationship to social media. Now, what has happened, and we've talked about this before on the channel, is back when, I was at the top of my game in fishing, it's like tournament fishing was the only avenue to promote products. It's like companies, whether it be endemic companies or non-endemic companies, they relied 100% on tournaments and tournament performance to push their products through magazines, through seminars, different type of media appearances. This was prior to social media. And the introduction of social media, it came about slower and slower and slower. And every single year, it took away the power of the tournament organizations as a marketing vehicle to sponsors. And therefore now what you have is most every single business out there, I don't care if they're a plastic worm company or whatever it is, the money that they put into tournaments and the investments they make within tournament or within, the bass fishing industry is going more and more towards the social media influencers. Now, there is some crossover there. I mean, now there's a little bit of promotion that can be done through the tournament end of it, but that is pretty much relegated to just the 1%. Overall, 99% of a tournament field does not have any value to in a marketing sense to an advertiser, simply because they don't have they can't pull down the impressions through tournament fishing alone. Now they can through social media avenues, but then again, what's the point of even having a tournament if social media avenue is going to create most of your impressions? So the thing about tournaments is like they are going to continue as long as people as long as the tournament anglers keep subsidizing them and keep throwing their money into them. Now, do I want tournaments to go away? Absolutely not. I mean, I love bass tournaments. I think that they do. I think in the right hands, they can do a lot of good, and they are not in the right hands right now, guys. I can tell you, I've talked about this a long time. There's a lot of people that are very inept in tournament management across some of the major tournament organizations. You know, I've been very critical. I also am very complimentary. If they do something right and they do the right thing, I acknowledge that, but I have not seen that very much across the board. So in essence, what has happened in a big thing here is the tournament organizations have done a very poor job of marketing themselves, because they have not had the ability to market themselves enough to actually put any additional money into payouts. They haven't even marketed themselves enough to pay out the entry fees. They have got to suck money off of the tournament anglers to keep their businesses going. Now, to me, that is just that whole business model. I don't even see how it exists. Now, it exists because the tournament anglers keep throwing money at them in that terms, but more and more, I think that you see sponsors, I think they're starting to gravitate away from the tournament end of it as far as putting their money into it, because they simply are not getting the return on their investment. Because you can take a tournament organization that has their little TV shows on some obscure cable networks here and there, or whatever they have, and for the amount of money that some of these sponsors that are thrown at these tournament organizations versus the amount of money if they would subsidize the influencers, it's a no-brainer. And it's getting people are gravitating more and more to the social media influencers over the tournament organizations, because the tournament organizations simply can't deliver on the ROI. And I see that more and more and more, and that's why it's more difficult, and that's why you see the payouts have consistently went down over the past 10 years. If you look at the payout structure in the top level tournament circuits over the past 20 years, and you list them year by year and year, the entry fee, the amount of money that's getting taken in through the entry fees versus the payout, you know, it's gone down every single year, and it will continue to go down. And the point of, you see the tournament organizations start gushing. It's like, oh, such and such signs a 3-year contract with Bassmaster or whatever like that. Tournament anglers don't care about that, because they're not going to see any of that money. That money is going into other pockets. It's not going into the tournament anglers' pockets. The tournament anglers' entry fee money, part of it, is going into the tournament organization's pocket. So it's a messed up deal, guys. It really is. It just amazes me, and I'm part of it because I fish tournaments too. I see it, but it amazes me that tournament fishing has been able to exist and continue to be around in light of the fact of what a horrific business decision it is. I mean, it's a terrible business investment. If you're looking at fishing purely as a business investment, where you're looking for a return on your investment, it's like one of the worst things you could possibly do. You would literally be better off going to Las Vegas and get on a blackjack table or craps table and put your money down there than going to a bass tournament for 99% of the people. Now, yeah, there's 1% of the dudes out there, they're gonna hog up all the money because they're just on a different level. But for the most part, you know, tournament fishing is an addiction, and tournament organizations know that. They understand the addictive nature of tournament fishing, and they sort of prey on that a little bit. So anyway, I don't know. It's just one of those deals, you know, it comes up in tournament anglers. In the perfect world, guys, I wish I was in charge of it. I wish some other people were in charge of it to sort of right the ship, because I can tell you right now, guys, over the past 5 years, the decisions that I've seen the major tournament organizations make is, I don't know where it's coming from. It's almost like if you want to do something to undermine your own success, that's exactly what they've done, because, you know, you can spin it however you want to, but the world of tournament fishing in 2025 is a shadow of itself from it was like in 1990. So anyway, let me know what you guys think about it. I hope you guys are doing well. We'll talk later.